With the NBA regular season coming to a close tonight, as with the start of the play-in tournament, teams like the Hornets and Pacers playing right now, as well as others that are going to be continuing tomorrow, the Mavericks put themselves in a better position to close the regular season for the 2020-2021. And while they have a chance to repeat history in the lore of the Mavericks with what Dirk was able to achieve in 2011, the question is, can they do it? What is going on, everybody? Lindy Endzone is back with another video for my beloved Dallas Mavericks. And before I get into it, or continue to get into it, if you are new to my channel and like what you see, let me know down in the comments on what you think on certain topics that I'm covering when it comes to my Dallas Mavericks or when it comes to my Philadelphia Eagles. Drop some comments down, leave some likes, help me with the algorithm of YouTube, or subscribe if you're brand new. Like in my live stream that happened yesterday, had some new subscribers in there that were doing a pretty good job with interaction and turning that stream into a live call. And I want to thank everybody that has participated in any way possible. And you guys are helping my channel grow, and I'm grateful every single day. So my Mavs this year have definitely had their share of ups and downs. To me, they didn't necessarily make that much an improvement from last season when you consider the fact that we played 3 fewer regular season games. If you add those 3 from last season to this season, the Mavericks finished. You can say that they, finished the last 3 games 1-2. They were 4-6 in their last 10, and they were a little bit better closing out the regular season this year, even though they lost games that they shouldn't have. Timberwolves cough, but at the same time, I feel Luka was on a bit of a minutes restriction. He only played about 21 minutes. I think he had like 18 points. He went 18, 6 and 6, and he did okay. I didn't expect a whole lot in 20 minutes worth of play, but and at the same time, we finally seen Porzingis back out on the floor. Even though it wasn't. It wasn't necessarily all that great, and and I continue to question the way Rick Carlisle manages KP's minutes. For such a period of time where KP's not on the floor, and then he comes back on the floor after missing anywhere from a considerable to a significant amount of games, and out of the blue, he's playing 30 plus minutes. So for this whole season, it never made sense to me in that regard. But we're here. I'm assuming that he was preserved well enough to actually help this year in the playoffs, especially Dallas, my Mavericks. Listen up. What happened last year? Now's your time to get some vengeance. Do y'all want it? That's what I want to know. Mavericks, do y'all want it? Now's your chance to take out the Los Angeles Clippers, that you're a little bit healthier than you were. Obviously, we hope to have Porzingis for, more than 2 games, minus the ejection in Game 1 last year, I think where Porzingis was ejected, or he got hurt, and then Luka by himself still pushed the Clippers to 6 games. I'm hoping that's going to be different. This year going into the playoffs, the Mavericks and Clippers are set to play on Saturday. The time is yet to be determined, I believe, but Yeah, so I mean, I look at what the Mavs done this year, and they weren't really anything special, finishing with a record of 42 and 30. Last year, over the course of 75 games, they finished 43 and 32 in what seemed to be a lot more of a competitive Western Conference. You had teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder finishing 44 and 28, a lot better than what they did. The Trailblazers weren't the team that they were to finish the end of this regular season. They were under 500. Teams like the Grizzlies didn't change; they're still under 500. The Utah Jazz drastically improved, so the Phoenix Suns drastically improved. But all in all, we finished as the 7th seed last year, and now we get the 5 seed again, to the point of maybe the Mavericks can repeat history here. The last time Dallas was a 5 seed was the always, the never forgotten holy season of 2011. Dirk Nowitzki, he brings us a title to Dallas. We take down the juggernaut in the Miami Heat, beat LeBron James. I don't know. I don't know. Can history repeat itself? Yeah, there's potential there. It definitely can happen. Um, I I don't know. I don't even know if our depth this year is better than what we had last year, outside of losing a guy in Kristaps Porzingis. We this year we have a lack of three point shooters. I would have liked to kept. I would have liked to keep guys like DeLon Wright and Seth Curry. DeLon was a good rotational piece that helped on the defensive end, and Seth Curry for the threes. uh, do I need to continue to get further into the Seth Curry trade, as Josh Richardson ended up getting benched at the end of the year? He lost his starter role. I'm done. Okay. We'll get over that. We'll get over that. Sixers, you won the trade. Congratulations. But I mean, okay. So Luka was okay. He finished about 28, 8 and 9. He was top 5 in assists. He was top 10 in PER. He was top 10 in points per game. He did his usual thing. Now, did he underachieve a little bit? Yeah, you can arguably say so. He was one of the early season favorites in the MVP conversation. There was too many occasions to me where Luka just got too trigger happy when it came to 3-point shots, and that's one area. That's one area of his game where he didn't where he didn't necessarily improve in that regard. He still shot about what 35%, which is still below average when you're considering his position on the court. Yeah, he did, I guess, dramatically improve from 2019. He was only about a 32% 3-point shooter. Now he's up to 35, but the volume that Luka shoots at from the 3-point line, doesn't necessarily help his case in that regard. So, that was one issue that I had with him pretty much all year, is that he didn't have a good enough balance when it comes to shooting, outside the arc at the 3-pointer. Yeah, his volume was just too high. And I understand, he's coming from a standpoint where that was the next thing that he wanted to work on. And I remember him talking to, I don't remember who it exactly was, but it was Rick Carlisle who was voicing this as well. And the year before, one of Luka's biggest things that he wanted to improve on was, shooting layups with his opposite hand and getting better with his opposite hand. Well, this year it ended up being 3-pointers, and that didn't go so well for him. I gotta admit, it didn't go very well. There was too many occasions where his volume of three was in the range of Steph Curry, and Luka's not the 3-point shooter Steph Curry is by any stretch of the imagination. Nor do I think he's ever going to reach that in his career. He's probably not even going to reach the he's not going to reach Seth Curry's ability to shoot the three. There's a lot of players I feel Luka is not going to reach when it comes to shooting the three, and that's one thing he needs to ease back on, especially when it's late in games and the Mavericks aren't playing good enough defense. Where Luka, like I said, he gets trigger happy and he likes to try and shoot the team back into the game, especially from the 3-point line, and that's not how Luka should function as the cornerstone piece, as the leader on the basketball court. That's not the way he should do this. So, but again, we go into this Clippers matchup once more. If we remember from the last playoff match that Luka had against the Clippers, and I gotta admit, the Clippers do scare me a little bit, especially the fact that the Clippers this year are a lot deeper than they were last year. Yeah, they lost guys like Montrezl Harrell and company, but they still were able to add some pieces, and DeMarcus Cousins is good. DeMarcus Cousins is going to give them at least something. Who else here? Serge Ibaka is going to give them something. One thing Skip Bayless likes to, he loves to preach about when it comes to the Clippers is that they didn't have that floor general last year that, really plagued them in some games. And he feels that, playoff Rajon Rondo is going to be that guy. So you have him now. I almost had a sneeze for a minute. My allergies are killing me, man. It's ridiculous. Trying to sneak up, but this is not going to be this is not going to be a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination. Dallas is going to have their hands full, but all I need to know is like I said, Dallas, do y'all want it? Do y'all want to get past the first round? That's you guys have your work cut out for you. Obviously, we get through the Clippers. It's a long shot. I feel they're deeper. Kawhi Leonard a little healthier. Paul George a little healthier. We still have yet to see Paul George, record big numbers in the playoffs, and and as he was called last year, Pandemic P, and stuff like that. Outside of that, I don't know. I mean, if we think about it, we got the 2 seed in the Phoenix Suns awaiting the winner of the Lakers and Golden State. How is that series going to pan out? If we manage to advance, I would think that we'd end up facing Phoenix. Are we capable enough of beating the Suns? There's a lot of scenarios that we can think about right now, but the most important thing is the current task at hand. The Mavericks have to focus on the Clippers. They got to focus on that first roadblock that's in front of them. And I'll tell you what, guys, I hope you bring it this year. I hope you do. This is your chance. And is there pressure on them to succeed? Sure. Do I think that little coincidental history check of like I said, last time these guys were a 5 seed was 2011. Do I think that that's going to create any sort of impact? No, I don't think so. But I don't know. y'all got to bring it. That's all I got to say for that. Y'all got to bring it. So, yeah, man, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to now that I got my channel. I'm definitely going to be covering these games, streaming play-by-plays. I'm gonna be on that grind, man. I'm gonna be on that grind like I was with the Eagles draft coverage. I need to see my Mavericks succeed, man, and I hope their blood's boiling right now to get vengeance on the Clippers. Dallas should have won that series last year. They should have won that series. The Clippers had a mental weakness. They did, but like I said, now's y'all's chance, Dallas. Bring it home. That's gonna do it for me, everybody. Those are those are my thoughts, and on how I need the Mavericks to execute. This is their chance. It's not often that in back-to-back seasons that you face the same team in the first round. Not often that it happens, and take the opportunity while you have it. So that's going to do it for me, everybody. This has been Lindy End Zone. Take care. Fly Eagles, fly, of course. And then for my Dallas fans, hashtag MFFL, Mavs fan for life. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care and look out for one another. And see you soon.